The day I found out I was pregnant, I was completely alone. I didn't know it then, but that was just the beginning of being alone. Congratulations, Luna Snow. You're about 6 weeks along. Strong heartbeat, everything looks perfectly healthy.
I'm pregnant.
Forgive me for asking, Luna, but why isn't Alpha Steel here with you? First appointments are usually shared between mates.
He's busy with pack territory disputes. You know how it is.
I lied. I got good at lying that day. I just didn't realize I'd spend the next 5 years lying to myself, too. Well, well, if it isn't the Luna herself, standing in the rain like a lost pup. Does the Alpha King even know you're out here? You should step down gracefully. Aaron's real mate is back now. Caroline's been gone for years, but she's home, and everyone knows what that means. You're just a placeholder, aren't you? A political arrangement that's about to expire. I don't want any trouble. They didn't know. No one did. Not yet. Inside me, a future alpha was growing and I was the only one protecting him. Standing in that rain, I made myself a promise. I would keep him safe, no matter what.
Why are you wet? I told you to go home.
I gave my umbrella to a human child on the street. She was shivering. She needed it more than I did.
He held me like his wolf was reaching for me even when his mind wasn't. But even then, I knew he was holding the wrong woman.
I was so stupid. I actually thought for just a second that he might be happy. That he might want this.
That night, I learned something important. Hope is the most dangerous thing you can carry, because when it breaks, it doesn't just shatter, it takes pieces of you with it.
Drink it. Good for you.
Aaron.
I'll be there soon. Get some rest.
He could be gentle. He just couldn't be gentle with me. That night, I finally understood the difference.
I want to sever our mate bond. Once my grandmother's treatment is done.
When?
After Elder Catherine's surgery. When she's recovered. You're heartless, you know that? You don't even care.
Aaron, thank you for the past 2 years, for everything.
I said thank you because I knew, once the bond was gone, I wouldn't get another chance to say it. I just didn't know that when the time came, he wouldn't be listening. I couldn't afford to get sick. I couldn't afford to make a mistake. Everything I did, every choice I made, I had to think about them first. Not me. Them.
I'll drive you to the office today.
That's not necessary. I can get there myself. It's not far.
I wasn't asking.
That softness in his voice, it wasn't meant for me. It never was. And somehow, that was the hardest part of all.
Luna, you look pale. Should I alpha?
I'm fine. Just didn't sleep well. It's nothing.
Freya, I just heard about your pack. I'm so sorry. I didn't know until Aaron told me.
She looked at me like I was something to be pitied. And the worst part, she wasn't wrong. I was pitiful. I just didn't want to admit it.
Why are you here if you're sick? You can't take care of pack matters if you can't even take care of yourself. How many times do I have to tell you?
Aaron, don't be so harsh. She's clearly not feeling well. Pardon me, Alpha. I just remembered I have some urgent tasks in my office. I'll excuse myself now. He made me feel like a broken relic, a piece of furniture that no longer served its purpose. And she made it worse by being kind about it, by pretending she was on my side.
Freya! Freya!
In my fever dream, I was 18 again. I heard Aaron telling Marcus,
Freya is like my little sister. She's sweet, sure, but that's it. Caroline will always have a place in my heart that no one else can fill.
Freya, how are you feeling? You've been out for a while.
We're going to the hospital, end of discussion.
No. Take me home. I'm not going to any hospital.
You're being reckless.
I said take me home. I mean it.
It was the last time I used the bond to reach him. After that, I stopped trying. Because I knew if I kept reaching, and he kept not taking my hand, I wouldn't survive it.
I don't need him. I don't need any of this.
We're going. End of story.
.7. We need to bring this down fast.
I'd suggest an injection right now.
To stabilize her condition.
No. No injections. No medication. I don't want any of it.
I couldn't let them find out. I couldn't let anyone know. That child, it was the only thing I had left that was truly mine.
What's your angle here? Refusing treatment like this, you're not just being stubborn. You're hiding something.
If I'm difficult, I have my reasons. That's all I'm going to say.
He never asked what those reasons were. He just assumed I was being difficult, and maybe I was. But I was stubborn for a reason he'd never guess, and I was never going to tell him.
Freya, what am I supposed to do with you?
What are you doing?
Am I interrupting something? I brought tea for Freya Snow. It helps with the chills. She walked in like she owned the room. And maybe she did. She owned him. She just didn't own me. I'll handle it from here. You have more important things to take care of, don't you? You know, this has always been temporary, right? Aaron's heart has always belonged to me. I just needed time to come back and claim it. Her voice was soft, but her words were knives, and every one of them hit exactly where she meant them to. You're right, Aaron and I, it's politics. A bargain. I know exactly where his heart lies. You've always been the one he remembers. The one who matters.
I'm glad we understand each other.
I told her what she wanted to hear. But in that moment, I made myself another promise. No matter what happened, I would protect this child. Even if I had to lie to everyone to do it.
Take these twice a day. They'll bring the fever down properly this time.
Thank you.
In her terror, I was just a problem to be managed, an obstacle to be cleared. She wasn't looking at me like a person. She was looking at like something standing between her and what she wanted.
She leaned into him like she'd been doing it her whole life. And maybe she had.
I was just the one who happened to get in the way for a couple of years.
What are you doing?
He saw me pour it out, and in that moment I knew. He was starting to wonder. He just didn't know what he was wondering about yet.
You poured it out. The medicine. You never intended to take it.
I told you I wouldn't drink it. I meant what I said.
What are you hiding from me?
He tried to reach me through the bond, but I'd already started building walls. Walls I knew I'd never be able to take down because if I let them fall, everything else would fall with them.
You were standing in the rain outside the Blue Moon Club. Why didn't you just leave when you realized I hadn't called for you?
You asked me to bring an umbrella. I brought it. Then you told me to go home. What was I supposed to do, Aaron? Read your mind?
He didn't know what happened that night. He didn't know I was standing in the rain while he and Caroline sat in the warm club above me watching me like I was a joke. He left, and I was alone again. Just me and the secret I was carrying. The secret that was already heavier than I ever imagined it could be.
Alpha, I found something in the bathroom yesterday. It was a report. Torn up, soaked from the rain.
What kind of report?
I couldn't read it clearly. It was too damaged. I just saw the words report and clinic, that was all.
Some things, once you notice them, you can't unnotice. Freya, what were you hiding from me?
What are you doing here? I thought you had meetings today.
I changed my schedule. Is there something you want to tell me?
I don't know what you're talking about.
He looked at me like he was trying to see through me, and for a second, just a second, I was afraid he actually could.
Tell me what you're hiding. Now.
I almost told him. I had the words right there. But then I saw her face in my mind. Caroline, standing beside him like she already belonged there, and I realized the truth wouldn't save me. It would just make me look even more pathetic. It's nothing to do with you.
Nothing to do with me? Then who? Marcus? Daniel? Some other alpha I don't know about?
He thought I was betraying him. He didn't even know I was protecting his heir.
What if I said I was pregnant? What if I told you I was carrying your child?
What did you say?
Relax.
It's hypothetical. Just a hypothetical question. I tested him, and his hesitation, that split second where he didn't know what to say, told me everything I needed to know. He wasn't ready, and I wasn't going to wait until he was. I wanted to tell him. I really did. But I knew if I told him and he rejected me, I wouldn't survive it. It was easier to leave than to risk being broken again. I'm pregnant.
You're what? And Aaron, does he know?
No. And I'm not going to tell him. You looked at me like I was crazy. And maybe I was. But sometimes being crazy is the only way to survive.
You can't be serious. Freyna, that's Aaron's child, his heir. Do you have any idea what you're saying? Caroline is back. You think he'd want this child? You think he'd choose me over her? You don't know that! You're making a decision without even giving him a chance.
Maybe Emily was right, but I didn't have the courage to find out. It was easier to assume the worst than to hope for something better and be disappointed again. I hit send, and then I waited. I waited all night, but he never replied. I told myself maybe he was busy, maybe his phone was off. But I knew, deep down, silence is its own answer. Let me check that for you. You're busy. That was the moment I crossed a line I could never uncross. I told myself I was protecting what was mine. But I was really just afraid of losing it.
Was that something important? I thought I saw a notification.
Just spam. I deleted it for you. You know how those things pile up. I smiled like nothing was wrong. But inside, I was already planning how to make sure Freya never sent that message again. When morning came, gray and cold through the curtains, I finally understood. He wasn't going to reply, and I wasn't going to ask why.
Alpha called earlier. He said he won't be coming home tonight. Territory matters.
I understand.
Freya, Aaron asked me to let you know he won't be home tonight. He's with me.
She called me using his phone. She spoke for him. And in that moment, I realized she had already taken my place. I just hadn't admitted it yet.
He never replied? Not a single word? Freya, that's not Aaron. He wouldn't ignore something like this. You must have sent it wrong.
It went through. I checked. He just didn't answer.
That's impossible. There has to be an explanation. Maybe his phone broke, maybe...
Emily, I've decided to terminate the pregnancy. I said it out loud. In that moment, I felt something break inside me. Something I knew would never quite heal.
Luna, are you okay? You look like you've seen something. I'm fine, just tired.
I clicked confirm, and I told myself it was the right thing to do. But I knew even then, I was lying to myself.
That's Caroline Redwood, isn't it? She's the one who saved Alpha from that attack years ago.
Everyone knows she's his true love. Luna Freya. Just political arrangement. A placer until Caroline came back.
They didn't even try to lower their voices. They thought I couldn't hear them. Or maybe they just didn't care.
You know what they're saying, right? That Aaron is parading Caroline around like she's already taken your place.
I've heard.
And you're just going to let them? Let her take everything from you?
He was right. I was letting her take everything. But I didn't have the fight left in me anymore.
Freya, when did you start feeling sick? Was it when Caroline came back? Because I've been watching you, and something's different.
No. Has nothing to do with her. I'm just tired, that's all. I lied to him, like I lied to everyone. But every time I said it, the lie got a little harder to believe. He looked at me like I was a stranger, and maybe I was. I'd stopped being his Luna long before I walked out the door.
Private matters should stay private. I see no need to just territory over lunch.
Who said it had to be about territory? Freya and I have known each other for years. Lunch doesn't require a reason.
He looked at me like I was his property. And in that moment, I realized I was tired of being owned by someone who didn't want me.
Have I mistreated you? Because from where I'm standing, it looks like I've given you everything.
He asked if he'd mistreat me. And I wanted to tell him, yes. Every day. By making me believe I mattered when I never did.
Freya, are you really going through with it? The appointment?
I don't have a choice. I told myself I didn't have a choice, but the truth was, I was too scared to make the other one.
I didn't cancel the appointment. But I didn't go either.
I just let it sit there, like a decision I couldn't quite make.
Are you sure about this?
Freya Snow.
Luna Snow, what a coincidence to run into you here.
I ran into Margaret Hunter that day, and I realized this city was too small for the secrets I was carrying. I looked at Grace that day and I saw myself, a girl carrying a secret she wasn't ready to share. And I knew I couldn't let her face it alone.
What did you see?
Nothing. And I'm not going to say anything. Protect a Grace's secret that... And in a strange way, I was protecting myself, too. Because I knew if I could keep her secret, maybe I could keep mine.
Luna Snow, we need to talk. I'm a friend of Caroline's, and I think we both know about your situation.
She knew. They all knew. And I realized there was nowhere left to hide.
Your house is lovely. Very warm.
Thank you. Are you here to talk business?
She offered me land, territory, money, in exchange for leaving. And I realized she thought I could be bought.
This is just support for your condition.
Land and resources, in exchange for a quiet exit. You can start fresh somewhere else. It's a good deal.
I'm not interested.
Are you sure? You might want to think about it.
This child is mine. I'm not trading him for anything.
I walked away from that table that day, and for the first time in months, I felt like myself again.
I packed that night. Not just my clothes. I packed up the last 5 years of my life. And I didn't look back.
What are you doing?
Packing. I'm moving to the guest room. I thought it would be better. For both of us.
Is it Daniel? Or Marcus? Who are you running to this time?
You asked me to leave. You said it yourself. So I'm leaving. He asked me who I was running to. He never asked me who I was running from.
I'm going now.
Okay.
He didn't stop me. And I didn't expect him to. But I still hoped, just a little, that he would.
I stood there until I couldn't see her car anymore. And then I went inside. And I never told anyone how long I waited.
Alpha, should I contact her to confirm the details?
No, leave it. 5 years. I told myself I'd moved on. But when her name appeared on my desk that day, I realized I'd just been waiting for her to come back.
Night Wolf. He'd been watching our streams for years. I never asked who he was. I think part of me already knew. He was there. After 5 years. Standing across the street like he'd been waiting for me to look up.
I didn't stop. I couldn't. Because if I had, I wouldn't have been able to start walking again.
Mom, that man was watching us again today. The one from before.
Maybe he's just another parent.
Julian sees everything. He's always been like that. Watching, waiting. I think he knew, even then, who that man was.
I just wanted to see her. That was all.
But when she looked up, I knew she saw me too. That message you sent 5 years ago, I never got it. I know that sounds like an excuse, but it's the truth.
Does it matter now?
I don't know. But I owe you an explanation.
He said he never got the message. And I believed him. But it didn't change anything. The hurt was already there.
Can I drive you home?
I have my own car. I said no. But part of me wanted to say yes. I just wasn't ready to admit it yet. Nightwolf had been watching us for years. I knew he was. I just wasn't ready to say it out loud.
He asked if I was okay.
And I wanted to tell him I was getting there. But I wasn't quite there yet.
Mom, is he really our dad?
Ellen asked the question I'd been dreading for 5 years. And in that moment, I realized the truth was finally going to come out.
Thank you for letting me meet them, for not keeping them from me.
They have a right to know their father, that's all. He said thank you, but I knew what he really meant. Thank you for not keeping them from me. Thank you for letting me be part of their lives. You should go. It's late.
In a minute.
I told him to leave, but I didn't really want him to. And I think he knew that.
I sat in my car that night for a long time. I wasn't waiting for anything. I was just not ready to leave yet. She came to me that night, told me she'd done it for us.
For me.
I believed her then.
And now?
Now I know better.
He finally saw the truth. It took 5 years. But I wasn't angry anymore. I was just tired. I'm not asking you to choose, I just need you to be honest with me. And with them. That's all I ask. I didn't ask him to choose between me and Caroline, I just asked him to be honest. And for the first time, I think he actually was.
I'm sorry for all of it. I should have been there. For you, for them.
I know.
I know it's late, but I mean it.
You're here now. That counts for something. He apologized, and I accepted it. Not because I'd forgiven everything, but because I was tired of carrying the anger. That touch, it was small, but was the first time in 5 years that we'd touched without any anger between us. I finally understood what he'd been trying to tell me all along. He never stopped waiting. You're early.
I know.
That morning, I looked at him standing in the doorway with our children, and I thought, maybe some things are worth coming back for.
Do you think we can do this? Actually do it this time?
I don't know, but I think we could do this. He asked if we could do this. I didn't say yes, I said we could try. And that was more honest than any promise either of us had ever made. We didn't have all the answers, we probably never would. But that afternoon, standing in the garden with our children, I realized something. Home isn't a place you find, it's a place you build. Slowly, one day at a time.
So, does this mean Daddy's staying?
Yes. He's staying. That was the day I stopped running. Not because I'd found all the answers, but because I realized I didn't need them anymore. I just needed to be here.